वी ऑल टू द नेक्स्ट सेशन। तो आज हम बात करेंगे ट्रिगोनोमेट्री की ना, इंट्रोडक्शन टू ट्रिगोनोमेट्री। तो आज हम कोशिश करेंगे अगेन कि इस कॉन्सेप्ट पे जो भी इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन हम लोग पूछते हैं, एमसीक्यू, असर्शन रीजन या फिर डिस्क्रिप्टिव में, जैसे 2 मार्क्स, 3 मार्क्स, 5 मार्क्स, वो सारे टाइप के क्वेश्चन हम डिस्कस करेंगे ना। तो आइए जुड़िए और सॉल्व कीजिए क्वेश्चंस, कमेंट कीजिए ना चैट में क्या आंसर आपका आया है। चलिए तो पहले स्टार्ट करते हैं एमसीक्यू क्वेश्चन के साथ में। तो ये रहा पहला क्वेश्चन, सॉल्व कीजिए। साइन थीटा की वैल्यू दी हुई है a अपॉन बी और हमें निकालनी है tan थीटा। फाइंड द वैल्यू ऑफ tan थीटा इफ sin थीटा इज a अपॉन b। How can we find tan theta if sin theta is given a upon b? चलो फिर सॉल्व करते हैं। तो so if sin theta is given a upon b, what do you do? Either you can go ahead with identities, but I will suggest you, let's make the triangle na, and we know that these trigonometric ratios are defined for the right angle triangles by this definition. If I take a right angle triangle, this angle is 90 degree, and if this angle is theta, since they have given sin theta, and sin theta is actually the ratio of opposite upon hypotenuse or perpendicular upon hypotenuse. So here they have given a upon b, so I can start by naming this as a and this as b, and by using Pythagoras theorem we can calculate the base of this triangle. Can we? So that will be b square minus a square, now using Pythagoras theorem. So can we find the value of tan theta now? Just use the definition. The definition of tan theta is अपोजिट अपॉन एडजेसेंट या फिर परपेंडिकुलर अपॉन बेस, सो दैट इज a अपॉन रूट अंडर बी स्क्वायर माइनस ए स्क्वायर। प्लीज चेक कौन सा ऑप्शन मैच कर रहा है इससे। तो ये ऑप्शन मैच कर रहा है ऑप्शन डी, राइट? आर यू ऑल गेटिंग डी? चलिए, तो इन दिस टाइप ऑफ प्रॉब्लम्स, in here they have given sin theta, sometime they might give you cos theta, sometime they might give you tan theta, any trigonometric ratio, one trigonometric ratio they will give and ask you to find the other trigonometric ratio. So this is how we will solve. Now all the time we will make the triangle and then get the one of the side using Pythagoras theorem and then use the definition of trigonometric ratios. Have you all got it? And we apply this method even in higher classes like in 11th and 12th, guys. Now this is very important to know. Let's do the next question now. Question number 2. Here they have given 4 tan theta is equal to 3 and they are asking you to find this ratio. Please try. Try this problem quickly. Okay, then let's start solving. Question में दिया क्या है? 4 tan theta is equal to 3, right? So from that, can we find the value of tan theta directly? I think we can, right? So tan theta basically is 3 upon 4. And if I know the value of tan theta, can we find sin theta and cos theta from there? Yeah, right. We can apply the previous logic once again and then makes the right angle triangle like that. If I call this angle as theta and tan theta is 3 upon 4, that means the adjacent should be 4 and opposite should be 3, or perpendicular should be 3 and base should be 4. So can we calculate the hypotenuse using Pythagoras theorem? So that has to be 3 square plus 4 square, which is 5. In fact, we remember this also, na? It's the simplest Pythagoras triplet. Now put these values here, guys, and simplify. So therefore, this expression, the expression whose value they are asking, we can calculate it like that. It's going to be 4 times sin theta is actually 3 upon 5 because it is opposite upon hypotenuse, minus cos theta will be 4 upon 5 plus 1, and the denominator is 4 times sin theta, that is 3 upon 5 plus cos theta will be 4 upon 5 plus it's minus 1, right? Let's simplify this. We can easily simplify this. It's very simple expression. तो ये आ गया भाई 12 minus 4 plus 5 upon 5. I have taken LCM. Here it's 5, 12 plus 4 minus 5. This 5 and this 5 will get cancelled, and let's simplify the remaining terms. तो ये आ गया 12 minus 4, 8 plus 5, 13 upon 16 minus 5, 11. And now what are they saying? This expression simplifies to m upon n. Then what is the value of m plus n? So we can clearly see here m is 13 and n is 11. So what will be m plus n then? Clearly 13 plus 11, 24. So we'll mark option B. I hope we have got this. No? It's easy only. There is another form of this question as well, guys. Sometimes they don't write the constants. You will have just 4 sin theta minus cos theta upon 4 sin theta plus cos theta. So there, if you want, you can divide the numerator and denominator by cos theta and then convert that expression in terms of tan, and you can replace the value of tan theta there to simplify. Is that all right? But even in that question, I will advise you can use this method. This is actually simple one. चलो भाई आगे चलते हैं नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन की तरफ. I hope you all are getting this by your own. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन में क्या है? If sin theta minus cos theta is 0, then what is the value of this simple expression? Please try to do it. So sin theta minus cos theta is equal to 0. Shall we solve it? Right. So if sin theta minus cos theta is equal to 0, we can simply say sin theta must be equal to cos theta. Are you getting? And that implies if I bring cos to this side, so it is sin theta upon cos theta is equal to 1, which means tan theta is 1. That means theta has to be 45 degree. Can we say that? We can, right? And now can we apply that here? And actually before simplifying this, one more thing we can do, because they have asked the value of sin theta plus cos theta upon sin cube, and our sin and cos same. So can we first replace sin and cos together as same thing? So sin theta plus, I am replacing cos theta as sin theta upon it is sin cube theta. Now the second term in the denominator is cos cube. Can I write that as also sin cube theta? So in the numerator you can see it's basically 2 sin theta and the denominator is 2 sin cube theta. Can we cancel this? and even one cos sine is getting cancelled. So what is left? 1 upon sine square theta. What is the value of sine theta? Since it is 45 degree, sine 45 is 1 by root 2, but we have square over it, na? So that is 1 upon 1 by 2, which is 2. Are we all getting it? Please write your answer in the chat. So we'll mark option B. Who else got the same answer? Some more variety of this question may be there, but the point was, from this given information, are we able to find the angle theta? Because once we know what is the angle theta here, no matter what they ask, we can still answer that, na? Chalo. Let's do the next question then. 2 sine 2 theta is root 3. Then you have to find the value of sine 4 theta minus 30 degree. Can we answer this? Right, you might have done questions of this kind earlier also, guys. So what do we do in these problems? With the given information, we can find the value of theta, isn't it? Can we find? So from here you can say sine 2 theta is basically root 3 upon 2, isn't it? Now can we recall the angle which gives sine value root 3 by 2? I think we can very easily, right? For that, this number has to be 60 degree, right? Sine 60 degree is root 3 upon 2. So that means this 2 theta must be 60 degree. And if 2 theta is 60, can I say theta has to be 30 degree? And now let's find the answer of the term which they are asking. क्या चाहिए हमें? Sin 4 theta minus 30 degree, right? तो theta की जगह पे क्या डालेंगे भाई? 30 degree, right? So that is 4 theta. Is that 120 degree? Minus 30 degree. So that is basically sine of 90 degree. And sine of 90 degree we all know. Do we know that? क्या है ये? 1, right? So that's why we will mark the option B and move to the next question. Are we all getting it? Tanvika, did you get the answer? That's right. You guys have joined late, huh? So that's an easy question. Let's do the next question. But yeah, we must be comfortable with these basic questions. Do not make those silly mistakes. चले फिर. If k plus 1 is this trigonometric expression, then what is the value of k? Can we find it? Solve this quickly. K plus 1 is this trigonometric expression. No? So here you have to use identity, I think, to simplify, isn't it? Can I solve? So left hand side is k plus 1, right hand side 6 square, I think we should not disturb till here. it's like a plus b into a minus b. So let's apply that identity. So it is 1 minus sine square theta, sec square theta, and we know that 1 minus sine square theta is actually cos square theta, right? That can be written as sec theta cos theta the whole square. It's not required to write this step. This is 1 square 1. So k plus 1 is 1. That means k has to be 1 minus 1 0. So option C will be the right choice. They do ask question of this kind, guys, na? If you see the past year's papers. So we must use these basic identities, and actually these are good questions for MCQs. Let's do the next. Yeah, you might have done this question multiple times. If sine theta plus sine square theta is equal to 1, then what is cos square plus cos raised to 4 theta? Again, please do not remember the form, remember the answer for this. Please try to solve it, because in exam you never know, they may change it a little and ask the new way. It's quite possible. Are we getting it? Karo solve. Okay, so you guys have finished now. So what do we do in this case? We transpose sine square to the other side, right? That makes this expression very simple. So sine theta is 1 minus sine square theta, and 1 minus sine square theta can be written as cos square theta, right? So sine and cos square theta are equal. Is that all right? And then if you have to find the value of this expression, then cos square we can leave it as it is, plus this cos raised to 4 can be written as cos square theta the whole square, which is cos square plus this cos square can be replaced by sine from the first part, and that's clearly 1. What if they ask you to find the value of sine theta from here? Can we find the value of sine theta from here? How do we find sine theta from that? In case if they ask. So for that we can apply trigonometric quadratic formula, guys. Now it's a quadratic in sine, so we can still find that, and you will see later on in 11th especially few questions where you have to solve quadratic like that, trigonometric quadratic equations. Okay, then आगे चलते हैं फिर. Simplify this, no? This is important MCQ one. कंप्लीट करो बच्चों सारे ही क्वेश्चंस. Cos raised to 4 theta minus sin raised to 4 theta, when we simplify, what is the expression we get? Okay, na? So are we all getting it? So first thing what we shall do here, we can think of using identity. Now can we write it as a square minus b square way? तो ये है आपका a square minus b square, which is actually cos square theta minus sin square theta times cos square plus sin square. And we know that cos square plus sin square is 1, right? So we can change this expression to 1 ये है 1 आपका, और जो बाकी बचा, you have multiple ways to do, na? Either you convert cos in sin or sin in cos. So if I convert this cos in sin, you have to write it as 1 minus sin square theta, right? So it becomes 1 minus 2 sin square theta. That's not there in the option. So I think what they are expecting, you convert sin in terms of cos. So sin square we can write 1 minus cos square theta. So when you open the bracket, we get 2 cos square theta minus 1, which matches with option D. Okay, that's right, guys. Let's do the next. If tan theta plus cot theta is given 2, then can you find tan raised to 4 plus cot raised to 4? Try to use the perfect logic so that you know really how to solve the question. Even if they make slight changes in the question, they ask it differently, then also you should know how to solve. Swarasri, did you get the answer? Are you there? Chali, right? So what you might think of starting, you can square both sides, right? Let's do that. If we square both sides, then it will become tan square theta plus cot square theta plus 2 tan theta times cot theta, right? And right hand side will become 4. And we know that tan theta and cot theta are reciprocal of each other. So tan into cot will become 1. So it is actually tan square plus cot square theta plus 2 into 1, 2 is equal to 4. Transpose 2 to the other side. So we are getting tan square theta plus cot square theta is equal to 2. But we need tan raised to 4, right? So we can once again square both sides. So that will become now tan raised to 4 plus cot raised to 4 theta plus 2 tan square cot square. Since tan theta into cot theta is 1, tan square into cot square theta will also be 1. So this is again 1, right? So send it to the other side. We got tan raised to 4 plus cot raised to 4 theta is equal to 4 minus 2, 2. We will mark option D, but the way I have done, there is a problem in this procedure, guys, right? What if they ask a very big power? Are you getting? So whenever they give tan plus cot 2, a number and its reciprocal, cot is reciprocal. Are you getting? Listen here, the rule you can remember is, if x plus 1 by x is equal to 1, if x plus 1 by x is equal to, not 1, it's 2. Whenever you get something of this type, no matter what is the value of n you put, always x raised to n plus 1 by x raised to n will be 2 only. Why? Because you can simplify this, cross multiply or multiply both side by x, and when you bring everything to the left hand side, it's actually x minus 1, the whole square is equal to 0, x is 1. So that's why if x is 1, then 1 raised to anything is 1. So sum will be 2 in that case. You can even remember this result. Are you getting? But yeah, the problem will be if right hand side is not 2, then we cannot apply this. Is that all right? Clear, guys? Have we understood? याद रहेगा ये. So if they ask you tan theta plus cot theta is equal to 2, sec theta plus cos theta equal to 2, or sin theta plus cosec theta is equal to 2. In all of those cases, the value of sin, cos and tan will be 1 only. So no matter what power they asked 4 here, na? It's still 2. If they had asked power 5, then also it would be 2 only. Is that okay? And most likely they will ask you MCQ question based on that only, okay? And they may not even ask tan raised to 4. They may just ask power 2, no, sum of squares. So please remember that. Did we all get it? Yeah, in this case theta is 45 if it is acute angle. Let's do the next question. Yeah, assertion region. The value of sine theta cannot be root 2. Is that statement true? The value of sine theta cannot be root 2. Is that statement true, guys? Select the right choice here. It's kind of theoretical question. Just by knowing the definition, there is no calculation involved here. So can we mark the right option? Jaldi batao. Yeah, assertion is correct, no? Sine theta cannot be more than 1, isn't it? Sine theta is always less than or equal to 1. It's 1 for 90 degree. Is that okay? So you can mark option A here, huh? Yeah. So based on that only you had to answer this, Tanvika. Even if it is more than 90 degrees, still sine, na? If you want to know the complete range of sine, then sine theta lies between -1 to 1, okay? It cannot go more than 1 or it cannot go less than -1. That's the thing. Okay? Chalo. And if you are answering this question, na, if they ask in the board exams, you have to answer based on whatever you have learnt, okay? What is beyond that, later on what is the modification, you don't have to consider that. Okay guys, let's do the next question now. So this was assertion region, and now let's do descriptive questions where you have to do all the type of questions, proving and all. Please start with this. If sine of a plus b is 1 and 2 cos a minus b is root 3, and it's given a plus b lies between 0 to 90 for obvious reasons, right? Because they know we have learnt only from 0 to 90 degree thing only, right? If angle is beyond that, we have no idea. So that's why they have taken care of that. Even if they don't mention this point, still we can answer based on whatever we know. Tanvika, I'm clarifying that. See, because sine theta, you know, how is it defined in 10th standard? Sine theta will be, if I call this as A, this as B and this as C, it will be A upon C, right? And we know that hypotenuse is the largest side. Because of that only this number has to be more than this. So that's why it has to be less than 1. So this is the explanation. Are you convinced? You are able to tell the sine theta value less than equal to 1 because you are telling that in a right angle triangle hypotenuse is the largest, because of that reason only. Chaliye, let's complete this question. Sine of a plus b is 1 and then 2 cos a minus b is root 3. Can we get the angle a and b? तो चलो फिर इसको सॉल्व करते हैं. So since it's a descriptive question, we must try to explain it properly as well, na? So sine of a plus b 1 implies a plus b has to be 90 degree. So we must know the table very well, guys. And then we have 2 cos a minus b is equal to root 3. So send that 2 to the other side. So we have cos a minus b is equal to root 3 upon 2, which is same as saying for which angle cos gives you root 3 by 2. तो ये आता है आपका 30 degree, right? So a minus b must be 30 degree. That's equation number 2 and we know how to solve it, ना? तो आप add कर दो. So if I add 2a will be 90 plus 30 120, right? A है आपका 60 degree and using 1 can we find b? It has to be 30 degree. Yes, 60 degree and 30 degree. And please mention degree na when you're writing in exam. Make habit of writing the degree, okay? Because if we don't write degree, it has a different meaning, okay? That's called radian. So in your paper, you must mention degree. Okay, guys. So this was easy question, but you know there are some questions. So same type of multiple questions we are not taking here. Okay, here we are taking usually one question from one concept only. They may change it. It can be having more than two variable. In place of a and b, they might use the letter x and y, or even they involve triangle. They might tell you sine a plus b plus c by 2 is 1, cos a minus b plus c is this, and tan a minus b is this. So from there you have to find angles. Okay, so there can be more than two variables there. चले आगे. Find the value of this. Again, they ask some question where you should know the trigonometric ratios values for the standard angles. And what are the standard angles? 0, 30, 45, 60 and 90. And you already know how to remember that, ना? So अच्छे से याद कर लेना without having any confusion. अगर थोड़ा सा भी confusion आए तो verify it and then use it. इसमें risk नहीं लेने का. I have seen in past years they have asked even 5 mark question just of this kind. करो complete सब लोग. So put the values and simplify it. तो करें फिर साथ में. So 5 cos 60 degrees. So we know that cos 60 is 1 by 2. So square plus 4 times cos 30 is root 3 by 2. Since it's a descriptive, so we can write the steps. Tan 45 is 1 upon sin 30 कितना होता है भाई? 1 by 2 square, right? Plus cos 60 होता है 1 by 2 square. कर लो simplify. So ये basically है कितना? 5 by 4 plus 4 times 3 by 4 minus 1 upon 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4. Yeah, you can take LCM also in the numerators and denominator. Yeah, simplification you can have your own way, guys. तो ये हो गया 5 plus 12 minus 4 and denominator will be 1 plus 1 by 4, right? Or you could have written directly 1 by 2 also. But I did not write 1 by 2 because I saw this and this will get cancelled. So that's why. And then whatever is left simplify karo. So ये हो गया 17 minus 4, 13, right? By 2. Khatam. That's all. That's good. So the point is, if they ask you value of trigonometric expressions where angles are given, then we should know how to find. चले आगे फिर next. Yeah, express the trigonometric ratio sec and tan A in terms of sin A. Sec A and tan A in terms of sin of A. Please try it. We must have done this kind of question, right? It's there even in NCERT and they do ask sometimes. So that's why I have taken, no? You don't forget. हमें क्या चाहिए भाई? CK. So there can be two ways to do even this kind of problem, guys. One is you can go ahead with identities, or you can just draw the triangle and then find those values. Okay. Can I solve? So let's do by identities first, ना? So CK क्या होता है भाई? Isn't it 1 upon cos A, right? And cos A, do we know the direct formula? root under 1 minus sin square a. So did we write ck in terms of sin? Is it the valid way? And then we have tan of a, right? So tan of a, if you have to write in sin and cos, you can write tan a as sin a upon cos a, and then cos a we can write, batao, root under 1 minus sin square a. Yeah, if you have done it this way, it's perfect, guys. You will get the 2 marks for it. Is that all right? This is how we will do. Another method might be, since we want everything in terms of sin of a, so what I will do, the second approach, whatever information they have given, we want everything in terms of sin. So we can name, let sin of a is equal to x. x means x by 1. ट्रायंगल बना लो. तो अगर मैं इस एंगल को ये बोलूं तो sin x upon 1 means this is x and this is 1. And can we use Pythagoras to get this? It is 1 minus x square, right? हमें चाहिए क्या? Sec a. So what is the definition of sec a? Hypotenuse upon adjacent. So that will be 1 upon 1 minus x square. But you know that in the answer there should not be x. So can I write रूट अंडर 1 माइनस एक्स की जगह पे क्या लिखना है? साइन स्क्वायर ए. एंड इफ आई वांट tan ऑफ ए, देन क्या चाहिए भाई? tan ए अपोजिट अपॉन एडजेसेंट, दैट इज x अपॉन रूट अंडर 1 माइनस एक्स स्क्वायर, एंड x कैन बी अगेन रिप्लेस्ड इन टर्म्स ऑफ साइन. डू वी अंडरस्टैंड गाइज? सो इफ दे आस्क दिस काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चन, you have two choice, identity or this, but whichever is better for you, na? It may vary person to person. Some person like this, some person like this. Whichever is easy in that situation, apply that. Have you all understood? ऐसे ही करने का. They asked only 2 trigonometric ratio. You know they ask sometimes other, na? Write all the trigonometric ratio in terms of cos of a. Write all the trigonometric ratio in terms of tan of a. That kind of question also comes sometimes, na? But obviously for that they will give you more marks, na? It will not be a 2 mark question. So when you practice at home, do 1 or 2 such question as well. समझ पाए क्या? बिल्कुल सबको समझ में आ गया? Let's do the next now. If you have got it, you have to prove this. 1 plus cot a minus cosec करो सॉल्व. Done guys, have you all finished it? So what do we do in this case? Try to simplify everything in terms of sine and cos. If you really have to solve trigonometry pretty well, then you must have an idea. If they give the question in terms of other trigonometric ratio, convert them in terms of sine and cosine. They are better actually choices. Sine and cosine are easy to handle. So what I am doing here, without even thinking about what will happen in terms and cot, let's change everything in terms of sine and cos. करें? So LHS है आपका 1 plus cot A is actually cos A upon sin A, minus cosec A is actually 1 upon sin A. Similar way, second expression can be written as 1 plus sin upon cos plus 1 upon cos A. That we all know, right? Now let's simplify it. तो पहला एक्सप्रेशन को क्या करें? आई एम नॉट इन हरी टू मल्टीप्लाई दिस गाइज ना, पहले सिंप्लीफाई कर लेते हैं. सो हियर इन द फर्स्ट केस इफ यू सी द एलसीएम इज साइन ऑफ ए, सो दैट विल बिकम साइन ए प्लस कॉस ए माइनस 1, and the second bracket same way we will simplify, it is cos of a, इधर क्या आएगा भाई? cos of a plus sin of a plus 1. Now the main term is the numerator, so how do we handle the numerator? तो यहां पे देखो बच्चों ऐसा कुछ दिख रहा है, a minus b times a plus b, और a minus b into a plus b जब भी दिखे तो it's going to be a square minus b square. So write this as sin a plus cos a the whole square, और उसमें minus 1 करने का, and the denominator we can multiply by sin and cos this way ना, दो ही टर्म तो हैं. Now next thing you can clearly see the numerator is a plus b the whole square type of expression, तो कर लो simplify. So that's going to be sin square a plus cos square a plus 2 sin a cos a. In the worst possible case they might ask this question even for MCQ guys, तो वहां पे भी इसी तरीके से हम कर सकते हैं ना. Are we all getting it? And now we can replace sin square plus cos square a by 1. ये जो बॉक्स दिख रहा है ये बॉक्स का वैल्यू कितना है? 1. तो that's 1 plus 2 sin a cos a minus 1 by sin a cos a. So 1 and this 1 got cancelled and this sin and this cos and sin got cancelled. So बचा क्या? 2. Which is RHS? बोल दो फिर कि hence proved. So for 2 marks whatever we have written is actually more than enough. We shouldn't write more than these many steps, right? If it is 3 marks then we should be happy the amount of step we have written. Are we all getting it? How many of you got the same answer? Did you all prove it this way only or any other approach? Okay, then if you have done this part guys, let's do the next question now. Prove this expression. Sin a minus 2 sin cube a upon 2 cos cube a minus cos a. Complete it. And even in this chapter guys it is possible not to make many new questions. So in exam you must be comfortable in utilizing the identities well, okay? If they ask new question, patiently handle the problem. Do not panic there, okay? They will not make very tough question. It will be just looking new. Conceptually it will be same only. So mentally be ready even for those type. चले फिर? Let's do it quickly. LHS. I think we have something in common in numerator and denominator here, right? So I think the first thing should be to take it out. That will be a better start. So ये आ गया आपका sin a times 1 minus 2 sin square a. Denominator में ऐसा ही कुछ कर सकते हैं. This time we have cos of a into 2 cos square a minus 1, right? And this sin and cos, this sin upon cos will make a tan, right? And you have to prove actually this is equal to tan a. That means somehow you have to prove that this is 1 and this can only be 1 if the numerator and denominator they are same, right? So what you do, the question is set in such a way that numerator and denominator expressions are same somehow, right? And obviously by seeing right now it doesn't look same, na? So what we can do, either you convert them in terms of sine or in cosine, right? Both of them, because one is in sine right now, one is in cosine. Is that all right? So या तो आप न्यूमरेटर वाले साइन को cos में लिख दो या फिर ये cos को sin में. बोथ द वेज आर एक्सेप्टेबल. सो क्या कर रहे हैं अपन, सो दिस साइन अपॉन कॉस को tan a लिख लो, 1 minus 2, it is 1 minus cos square a. Please do not do this that you change this sign to cos and this cos to sin, फिर तो वही गड़बड़ हो जाएगी, राइट. हमारा टारगेट ही क्या है, द न्यूमरेटर और डिनोमिनेटर शुड लुक सिमिलर ना, सेम. तो यहाँ पे 2 cos square a minus 1, दैट विल बी tan a, ब्रैकेट ओपन कर ले भाई, तो ये हो गया -2 और माइनस माइनस प्लस, इज इट 2 cos square a, और यहाँ पे क्या आएगा 1 minus 2 विच इज -1 अपॉन 2 cos square a minus 1. We can cancel them because they are same now. So what's left? Just tan a, and that is the RHS which you had to prove, and hence proved. Did we all do it this way only? सबका सेम आंसर आया क्या? इसी तरीके से किया आप लोगों ने भी? Please ask your queries in the chat ना, we'll discuss them. Those are also very important ना, जैसे डाउट्स आ रहे हैं. Okay, then let's do the next question. Prove that tan raised to 4 plus tan square theta is equal to sec raised to 4 minus sec square theta. I think it is plus, na? Please check. It may be plus. No, it's correct only, na? Correct. Please complete. Tan raised to 4 plus tan square theta is sec raised to 4 minus sec square theta. You have seen this question, right guys? It was there. LHS. There can be two ways to do, guys, okay? You can rearrange the given expression and then prove. Let's do it both the ways. Can we rearrange? So for rearranging, what can we do? Bring that sec square left side. So it will become sec square theta plus tan square theta. And right hand side it is just sec raised to 4 minus tan raised to 4. Now let's verify this. Are you getting? And that's pretty easy. We should simplify the RHS. So RHS clearly we can write it in terms of sec square theta the whole square minus tan square theta the whole square, right? And it's just a square minus b square, which is sec square theta minus tan square theta times sec square theta plus tan square theta. और sec square theta minus tan square theta क्या होता है भाई? 1, right? That we remember. We have used that multiple times. So we'll replace that by 1. You can mention, na, because you don't see so many steps here. Why? Since we know sec square theta minus tan square theta is equal to 1. So what is there? Sec square theta plus tan square theta, which is LHS, hence proved. This is one way to do. Many times by rearranging, proving is much easier, guys. So you could do it this way. But if you don't want to do it that way, then also you have method. So if you want to prove it from LHS to RHS, then LHS you can write it this way. ध्यान से समझो. So क्या करें भाई? Let's convert everything in terms of sec, na? So tan square theta, we can write it as tan square theta the whole square plus tan square theta. And tan square theta we can replace sec square theta minus 1, isn't it? We have an identity, the whole square plus it is sec square theta minus 1. Why am I writing this? Since we know that sec square theta minus tan square theta is equal to 1. And now just a minus b the whole square. So it's going to be sec raised to 4 theta minus 2 sec square theta plus 1 plus sec square theta minus 1. this minus 1 and plus 1 got cancelled, and whatever is left, it's sec raised to 4 theta minus 6 square theta, which is RHS. So this is the another way. I don't see much difference though in this way, right? Both the ways are equally simple. Please check whether you are getting the answer same way. Did you all get the same answer, guys? Okay, so you all have proved this. Let's do the next question. And another variety, another type of this question will be in place of tan you might have cot, and in place of sec you might have cosec. So if they make the same question in two sets, in one set they might write tan and sec, another set cot and cosec. I hope we understand, na? Because they act similarly. Chalo fir aage. Prove that root of 1 minus sine upon root of 1 plus sine theta is sec minus tan. Even this is a standard question, we know the procedure how to simplify it. So what do we do in this kind of problem, guys? We rationalize it, na? And please listen, how do we rationalize? 1 minus sine theta upon 1 plus sine theta. Rationalize the denominator, so we can multiply by 1 minus sine theta upon 1 minus sine theta. And please do not multiply this and open. Now, do not use a minus b the whole square and open it. Instead, since here, whenever we have a square root in any question, guys, try to get rid of the square root, come out of the square root somehow. Many times it is possible, na? तो इसको हम क्या करेंगे? Inside the square root, it's 1 minus sine theta the whole square upon 1 plus sine into 1 minus cos. Is that 1 minus sine square theta? And we know that 1 minus sine square theta is cos square theta. So ये आ गया 1 minus sine theta the whole square upon cos square theta. And now you can see both the terms are perfect squares. So if they come out outside the square root, it will be just 1 minus sine theta upon cos theta. Split कर दो, ये आ रहा है 1 upon cos minus sine theta upon cos theta. Is that sec theta minus tan theta? That's what they asked you to prove, na? RHS. The other changes in this question, maybe in place of sine you might have cos here. That also you will approach this way only, right? Did you all get the same thing? Is this how you solved it? चलिए फिर आगे चलते हैं ना. Let's do the next question, guys. Prove that cot theta minus cosec theta the whole square is that. Now this time we don't have a square root, it's a square. So let's do it together. LHS है आपका cot theta minus cosec theta the whole square. Shall we do from LHS to RHS or RHS to LHS, guys? So the things should work like that, na? Whichever side is more complicated expression, try to simplify that. Complex expression can be simplified to simpler expression, but converse is little tough, right? So we should choose the easier way. तो क्या करें हम भाई, कन्वर्ट कर देते हैं एवरीथिंग इन टर्म्स ऑफ साइन एंड कॉस. सो कॉट थीटा इज एक्चुअली कॉस थीटा अपॉन साइन थीटा माइनस 1 अपॉन साइन थीटा पूरे का स्क्वायर. इफ आई टेक द एलसीएम, it's going to be cos theta minus 1 the whole square upon sin square theta, right? And since we want everything in terms of sine and cosine, right guys? So what we need to do, we can write the denominator as sin square theta should be changed to 1 minus cos square theta, right? And here we can apply a square minus b square identity. Please do it sincerely. So numerator will not change, it's just cos theta minus 1 the whole square. The denominator is actually 1 minus cos theta into 1 plus cos theta. And if you want to see, the numerator is cos theta minus 1 the whole square and denominator is 1 minus cos theta, right? They are negative of each other. So what else you could have done? 1 minus cos theta the whole square and 1 minus cos theta the whole square. Can I say they are same? Can we write this as 1 minus cos theta the whole square, right? Why? Because we know that a minus b the whole square is a, or is a b minus a the whole square. They are same, right? Even though a minus b and b minus a are opposite in sign, but it's a square, right? So you could directly write, now cancellation becomes easier. And now I think we can cancel this, right? So after cancelling, whatever is left, that is what they have given in the right hand side. So it's 1 minus cos upon 1 plus cos, which is the RHS. If you have any confusion, please tell guys. Anywhere in this solution, if you have anything to ask, please ask, write in the comment. Have we all finished it? समझ में आ गया पूरा? ओके देन ना, चलते हैं फिर नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन की तरफ. Whatever little confusion in between we are getting, please let's clarify that. Now there should not be any before exam. So these were few 2 marks. Now let's do some 3 marks questions. Yeah, please solve this. You have to prove that this expression is 0. Oh, a minus b the whole square and b minus a the whole square, huh? So can we take minus common here? It's minus of b minus a the whole square, right hero? Which is, it's actually minus 1, no? So it's minus 1 square into b minus a the whole square, and minus 1 the whole square is 1, right? So this is why they are equal. Complete this question now. Right guys, these two expressions you must know, they are very important, na, even for JEE. In CBSE exam they have asked this question, and even in JEE they have asked it multiple times. And please remember it, if you are choosing maths in coming year 11th and 12th, these two expressions if you remember from now itself, then you can solve some question of JEE level. So shall we do guys? The idea is here, you must have learned the identities a cube plus b cube and a square plus b square identity. Are you getting? So if we are simplifying, LHS करते हैं simplify, 2 is outside. Can we write sin raised to 6 theta as sin square theta the whole q raised to 3 plus cos raised to theta whole raised to cos raised to 2 theta. Why I am taking cos square theta the whole raised to 3, guys? Because in our mind somehow this thing should be running that sin square plus cos square is 1. Are you getting? So we are just trying to write everything in terms of sin square and cos square. Same thing we can do even for the second term. 3 times sin raised to 4 can be written as sin square theta the whole square plus cos square theta the whole square and plus 1. No issue. Now please use AQ plus BQ identity here and here a square plus b square. So just for recalling it, I'm assuming you know it already. A cube plus b cube can be written as a plus b the whole cube minus 3ab times a plus b. Though you have other identities, a cube plus b cube can also written as a plus b times a square minus ab plus b square. You can apply that also, but this is more beneficial in that case. Why? Because we know that a plus b, what is a plus b here? Sin square plus cos square, which is 1, right? And similarly a square plus b square we can write a plus b the whole square minus 2ab. Are you getting? Let's use those identities here. So this becomes 2 times sin square theta plus cos square theta the whole square, whole cube, sorry, minus 3 sin square theta cos square theta into sin square theta plus cos square theta. Yeah, the expression is lengthy, but it's going to be cancelled very soon. It's going to be simplified. Minus 3 times, यहाँ पे क्या होगा भाई? It's going to be sin square theta plus cos square theta the whole square minus 2 sin square theta cos square theta और bracket के बाहर plus 1. Can we replace this sin square plus cos square everywhere? 1. Sin square plus cos square we are replacing by 1, not sin square into cos square, right? तो उसके बाद बचा क्या भाई? So 2 times 1 cube minus 3 sin square theta cos square theta into 1 minus 3 times 1 square. You could have skipped this step actually, and especially if you are doing multiple choice questions, we should skip them. तो ये आ गया भाई, when we open the bracket 2 minus 6 sin square theta cos square theta, right? Minus 3 into 1 square plus 6 sin square theta cos square theta plus 1 is outside. Can we cancel this? और बचा क्या? 2 minus 3 minus 1 plus 1. Is it 0? So this is RHS. Have you understood? So this is how we have to solve. These identities are important, na? If we are able to use them, it's not tough. And one more identity we actually got from here is, if you want to use this, sin raised to 6 plus cos raised to 6 is this. This is equal to this, and this is actually this, right? So that's why in 11th class I advise you know this. Sin raised to 6 theta plus cos raised to 6 theta is actually 1 minus 3 sin square theta into cos square theta, and sin raised to 4 theta plus cos raised to 6 theta will be 1 minus 2 sin square theta cos square theta. But do not use if it is a descriptive question of this kind for 3 marks or 5 marks. Just for MCQs we can apply that. We get many opportunity. You will see 5 to 6 questions in JEE in past years they have asked just by manipulating that kind of expressions. Have you understood? But right now our target is to know how to solve this kind. How many of you got the answer by your own, guys, for this question? Please tell that. Very good, no? And those who wanted to have little bit more time can check were you solving the same way or you had different approach. Very good, no? So this is another question which is more important and more informative actually even for 11th standard. चलते हैं आगे फिर next. Prove that 1 minus sin theta plus cos theta the whole square is that expression. Okay, then let's do it together. So we need to apply the rule a minus a plus b plus c the whole square identity to the left side. You could multiply from left, right to left also you can prove, or left to right also. But I think left hand side is little complex expression than RHS, right? So we should simplify LHS. So LHS, it's actually 1 square, right, plus minus sin theta the whole square plus cos theta the whole square. A plus b plus c the whole square is a square plus b square plus c square plus 2ab plus 2bc plus 2ca plus 2 times 1 times minus sin theta plus, you could have written it directly, na? This step you could have skipped. 2 times minus sin theta times cos theta plus 2 times cos theta times 1. It's 1 plus sin square theta plus cos square theta minus 2 sin theta minus 2 sin theta cos theta plus 2 cos theta. It's pretty straightforward question, no? And then we just have to replace this sin square plus cos square as 1. So it's 1 plus 1 . So we have 2 common everywhere because that becomes 2. 1 minus sin theta minus okay. We have to just factorize it and we have to just group it. We don't even have to do splitting the middle term, right? So 1 minus sin theta we can keep as it is, plus in these two we have cos common, right? So cos theta if I take common, it is minus sin theta plus 1. Do you see in these two expression this is common? तो ये आ गया आपका 2 times 1 minus sin theta into 1 plus cos theta. That is RHS, right? And hence proved. Did you all complete it this way? हो गया सबका क्या? There may be slight changes, but we should be ready even for those kind of question. Conceptually, try to make yourself as strong as possible. चले नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन की तरफ. चलो भाई. If sin theta plus cos theta is given P and sec theta plus cosec theta is Q, then prove that part. Think how should we start? Okay, let's solve it together, guys. So what you might be doing, they have given cos theta plus sin theta is equal to P. We can name equation number 1, and the second information they have given sec theta plus cosec theta is equal to Q. And it's very sensible to convert everything in terms of sine and cosine, right? That's a very important idea which we most of the time use. So this is 1 upon cos theta plus 1 upon sin theta is equal to cube. Can we simplify this? So it's going to be sin theta plus cos theta upon cos theta into sin theta. Now in this expression, can we use the first equation, the given information? Do we know sin plus cos is 1? So can we replace this sin plus cos, this part by P? So actually it is P upon cos theta into sin theta is Q. If we want, we can get cos theta into sin theta, right? कितना आया वो? P upon Q. So we know the value of sin theta plus cos theta, and we know the value of sin theta into cos theta. Both the informations we know, right? So what we should do now, right? We have not used trigonometric identities yet, right? So do we have any identity where sin and cos are related? So think about that now. The question might be differently asked also. They might take together sec and tan, cosec and cot. So additional information apart from whatever will be given in the question will be the identity, guys, okay? So you are allowed to use the identity wherever you think it will be helpful. There is no condition for that. So we will write here, since हमें पता है sin square theta plus cos square theta क्या होता है 1. One might also have squared both the sides this part, but if you don't want to square, let's write this. Na? Just now we wrote a square plus b square. Can we write a square plus b square as a plus b the whole square minus 2ab? You could have squared the first information both sides, or you do it this. Both are same thing only. Whichever you are comfortable with, try to use that only. तो sin theta plus cos theta की जगह पे क्या लिखो? P. So it's P square minus 2 times. Can we change this? Sin theta into cos theta by P upon Q. आ गया, right? Is equal to 1. Now if you want, you can simplify, multiply both side by Q. So P square cube minus 2P is equal to Q. So P square Q. They are asking you to prove 2p equal to, na? So bring q this side is equal to 2p. So q is common, definitely. It's p square minus 1 is equal to 2p. Hence proved. Are we getting the idea? How are we solving? बिल्कुल यही कर रहे थे आप लोग भी ना? Sometimes they ask very nice question. They will tell you that sin theta and cos theta are the roots of some quadratic. Are you getting? So there also we get similar situation. We get sin theta plus cos theta minus b by a, sin theta into cos theta c upon a, and how do we eliminate theta from there? तो वहां पे थीटा एलिमिनेट करने के लिए तरीका क्या है भाई? We know sin square theta plus cos square theta 1. So do some of that type of question as well, na? And it's there in our website. All the chapters questions where you might find some of this type. Have you all understood how did we prove this? Keep it as simple as possible, guys, na? बिल्कुल complicate नहीं करना है. You know there are sometimes complicated question automatically, and if we complicate simple one also, तब तो दिक्कत है, right? चलिए फिर आगे चलें. See if you got the same answer by your own. If you need more time, even after the class, you can try. No, चलो. Right? Solve this question, whichever is simplest method for you. Na? Whichever method you like, apply that. Na? It's important question, guys. We shouldn't skip this question. Na? This is the only question where people have doubt when they do first time at least, right? First time almost 90% people have doubt in this. It's there in NCERT, right? So try to use that approach. So are you talking about this question, Tanvika? It's up to you whether you have to simplify LHS to RHS or RHS to LHS. Now you just decide which one is better for you. How do you think it will be better? Both are possible. One can go from LHS to RHS, RHS to LHS, but the only point we have to consider is whichever expression looks complex, lengthy, try to simplify that. Yeah, in the previous question also you could have done, guys. Okay, so her question is, you have to, if you had to prove this, you could have done, you could have simplified LHS. In LHS you can replace P and Q value and then simplify. That's correct. Yeah, but this way if you are solving, it is first of all more satisfying, and it's important actually. It gives you some idea what's going to happen if we increase this syllabus of trigonometry, if we have to solve it in 11th and 12th. This approach will actually give you more idea of those. It's not just about proving. Actually, when we are solving and learning the things, the approach which we are acquiring should be very important. Okay, obviously we should know all the other possible methods whenever it's possible, but the approach also we should. Chala fir, let's do this one. Okay, then let's try to use the method which they had used in NCERT, the hint they had given also. That's very nice method actually. So let's simplify LHS, and also you know the other variant of this problem, right? In place of tan and sec, they might give you cosec and cot, or left hand side also they might give everything in terms of sine and cosine. Then also we should be able to simplify it. This one is little straightforward actually. So if we are simplifying, since you have to prove that it is equal to sec theta plus tan theta, right? There is no term in the denominator. So what you do, just try to simplify the numerator. Do not disturb denominator. Are you getting? Our idea might be, when you simplify the numerator, we get this into some term and that gets cancelled. Are you getting? Chalo fir. So for that, what I am going to do, guys, numerator mein tan theta plus sec theta I am keeping as it is. Can we replace one as sec square theta minus tan square theta? Why? Because we know that sec square minus tan square is equal to 1. No change in the denominator. If we had to prove that it is equal to 1 upon sec minus tan, then what he could have done in that case? No change in the numerator. Try to write 1 as sec square minus tan square in the denominator. I hope we are getting the idea. And now it is like a square minus b square. So can we factorize that? तो ऊपर आ गया आपका tan theta plus sec theta minus sec theta plus tan theta into sec theta minus tan theta. The denominator will be same only. We are not making any changes for obvious reasons. Na? Now, do you see something in common in the numerator, guys? It is, right? तो अपना sec theta plus tan theta common है, right? या फिर tan theta plus sec theta also you can say. If I take that common, बचा क्या यहाँ से 1 minus sec theta minus tan theta. You can cancel this here also, but if you want to write one more step by opening the bracket, you can clearly see what is happening to this expression. समझ पा रहे क्या? Into 1 minus sec theta plus tan theta. Are this numerator and denominator same? Are they looking same? Please check. So clearly, right? Only the orientation is different, isn't it? 1 plus tan theta plus 1. We can interchange na, because addition is commutative. तो हटाओ इनको, cancel. What did we get? Sec theta plus tan theta. That's RHS. In fact, they will give you 5 marks if they ask the same question like that. This expression actually transposed, na, if I convert everything in terms of sin and cos, it is sin theta plus 1 minus cos theta upon sin theta minus 1 plus cos theta. Are you getting? So if they ask you that, prove that this is equal to this, then first what you should do, convert this expression in terms of tan and sec. And how you can do? You can divide numerator and denominator by cos theta. Are we getting that? And then you follow this procedure, and that's a 5-mark question they have already asked in past years. Okay, if you follow this approach, I have given 3 marks because it was required to have only these few steps. Do we understand the procedure and how, if they change the question, how do we handle? So there are 3 to 4 variants of this problem, right? One, when they give you everything in terms of sine and cosine, right? Another, when they give you in terms of sec and tan. Another, when they give you in cosec and cot. Okay, then if we have finished, shall we move to the next question? Chalo fir. So these were few 3 marks. Now let's do 5-mark questions. It is possible some 3 marks they ask in 5 marks and some 5 marks in 3 marks. That's there. Prove this. Shall we do LHS to RHS prove or RHS to LHS? And yeah, remember one more thing. It's not just you should be doing only LHS to RHS and RHS to LHS. You can also simplify LHS and RHS together and check if you are getting both the expressions same after some steps. That's also allowed. And one more type of proof they ask, na? They may have LHS, RHS, and even in the middle some expression is there. So in that case, definitely you can simplify all the 3 expressions and then prove they are equal. I think in NCERT there is one such question, okay? Right guys, so you have clear idea how to simplify. LHS has 2 terms, right hand side only 1 term, so I think it's better idea to start from LHS, correct? So in the solution, LHS को simplify करते हैं. A plus b the whole square, a plus b the whole square, that's the only idea which may be looking like we should think of. तो ये आ गया आपका sin square a plus sec square a प्लस ये आ गया आपका 2 sin a into sec a प्लस, नाउ ओपन द सेकेंड ब्रैकेट, वो आ गया आपका cos square a प्लस cosec square a प्लस 2 cos a into cosec a. ये क्वेश्चन एक्चुअली वो 5 मार्क्स का पूछ रहे हैं, बहुत आसान है ना, स्टेप्स कम लगेंगे आपको मोस्टली. So what we can do, we can first of all group the sin and cos and write as one, or you could just group and then, since they are giving 5 marks, एंड ऐसा लग रहा है कि वी हैव वेरी लेस स्टेप्स, सो राइट देम लाइक दैट ना, ट्राई टू हैव एज मेनी स्टेप्स यू कैन. यहां तक क्लियर है. प्लस सीक स्क्वायर ए प्लस कोसिक स्क्वायर ए, वी आर नॉट डिस्टर्बिंग. Acha, one might also have started this problem differently. What you could have done, you could write this sec in terms of 1 upon cos and this cosec as 1 upon psi. Are you getting it? But I did not do that, guys. Why? Can you tell me? It's because what you have to prove in RHS has the term sec and cosec. Are you getting? So I want those expressions to be there where that cosec and sec are present. Are you getting? We don't want to change that to different ratio. And then plus these two terms I am trying to simplify, guys. So what I am doing there, taking 2 common. If I take 2 common in both of them, now let's think of converting them into sin and cos. So ये आपका sin upon sec is 1 upon cos a plus cos a upon sin of a. Does it make sense? These 2 steps are very important. If we have reached till here, most likely you are getting the right answer only. तो यहाँ पे इसकी जगह पे 1 लिख दो, प्लस इनको चेंज नहीं करना है बिकॉज दे आर द किंग देयर. राइट, प्लस. नाउ इफ आई सिंप्लीफाई हियर, चेक करो, 2 times it is actually sin square a plus cos square a upon cos a into sin a. Is that all right? That is 1 plus sec square a. Oh, so what I can do here, because you see there are 4 terms, right, and you have to write it in the perfect square. So even here it makes sense, no, to convert 1 upon cos square upon 1 upon sin square. At the beginning also you could have started differently, guys. That's there. Okay, whatever logic comes to your mind at the beginning, accordingly you can proceed. There can be obviously in many ways to start solving. ऐसा करें फिर. So ये हो गया 2 times 1 by cos a into sin a. One might just simplify LHS and RHS both and get the same expression. But here what I am trying to prove from LHS to RHS. ठीक है, तो ये हो गया 1 plus, if I take the LCM, it is cos square a into sin square a. और ऊपर क्या आ रहा है भाई, फिर से sin square a plus cos square a. जो भी मेथड आपके दिमाग में आ रहा है, प्लीज प्रोसीड दैट वे. प्लस 2 upon cos a into sin a. Again this expression can be replaced by 1. तो ये क्या आ रहा है, 1 plus 1 by cos a into sin a पूरे का स्क्वायर प्लस 2 into 1 upon cos a into sin a, which is actually ना a square plus b square plus 2ab टाइप. और वो क्या आएगा, 1 plus 1 by cos a 1 by the whole square. 1 plus 1 by cos can be written as sec a, and then it is 1 by sin, which is cosec a, the whole square, which is RHS. Are we getting it? Please एक बार check करो. I know you might be doing it differently, but at the end you will get the same thing. Please check what I have done. Is it correct? Does it make sense? Chalo. So yeah, for 5 marks it's fine na, these many steps if you have written, that's all. Now do not think that it's a 5 mark question and you have written only kitne 6 steps or 7 steps. It's fine, guys. We cannot increase the number of steps, I think, more than this. So it's not about the number of steps, the quality of the step is also important na. Sometimes questions are very short and sweet where 4 or 5 steps are enough even for 5 marks. So this is again a little new question, I think I would say na. Usually we see those standard questions which are there in NCERT. It's little different looking, right? Most of the time sec, tan, sin, cos we prefer, but here sec and cosec came. Is that all right? Did we all get it? How many of you have got it? How many of you have proved it? If you need more time, you can take the screenshot and after the class you can see whether you are also able to do by your own. करना है खुद से. चलो बच्चों. If x times sine cube theta plus y cos cube is sine theta into cos theta, and that's the case, then prove it. Use your own approach. There can be more than one approaches, one method to solve it. Okay, so let's solve. So one method might be to do this problem, because this expression is little simple, right guys? You have to prove that x square plus y square is equal to 1. So what one might do, so in the solution, given x sine theta is equal to y cos theta, right? Can we find the value of tan theta from here? Sin theta upon cos theta कितना आ रहा है? Y upon x. That means tan theta is y upon x. Is that all right? So can we make a right angle triangle in which tan theta is y upon x? कर सकते हैं ऐसा, right? So this is theta, this is y and this is x. Can I say this must be root under x square plus y square using Pythagoras theorem? So they have given two information, this and in the second it's x sine theta whole raised to 3 plus y cos theta whole raised to 3 is equal to sine theta into cos theta. Can we find sine and cos from here and put it here? तो ये आएगा आपका x टाइम्स साइन थीटा क्या है भाई? y अपॉन रूट अंडर x square plus y square. What is the power? 3 plus y times cos theta is x upon root under x square plus y square. The power is 3 and right inside sin theta क्या है भाई? y upon root under x square plus y square times x upon root under x square plus y square. Do we understand? That's one way to do it, and this is algebraic method which is very simple actually. Now if I simplify it's x times y cube upon, what if I cube it? So you can clearly understand, I'm writing it separately also. Whenever we have root of something, root of a the whole cube, is it a root a? Can we write that? So if I write that, it's going to be x square plus y square times root under x square plus y square. Does it make sense guys? Can we write? If you want to write one more step there, it's fine, bilkul perfect. Plus y times x cube. Here also we have the same denominator, so if you want x square plus y square times root under x square plus y square. और right inside क्या है भाई? xy upon, if I multiply them, the root will get cancelled. समझ पा रहे हैं क्या? And now if we see from the denominator, ये और ये, can we cancel them? And if I cancel them, जो उसके बाद जो बचा भाई, that is very simple. In fact, इधर भी हम common ले सकते हैं, right? We have x into y common there. We'll get y square plus x square, and the denominator is same in both of them. So it is root under x square plus y square. Right inside only x into y left. So even this x into y I can cancel and we get 1. And you know why we are able to cancel here? Because x and y must be non-zero number. अब क्या बचा भाई? ये है x square plus y square and this is, so it's like a upon root of a. Can I write a upon root of a as root of a? So the numerator only part left, root x square plus y square. Right side में 1. And now square it. So we get x square plus y square is equal to 1. Hence proved. That's a little new method though. But yeah, we had to write enough number of steps. I will tell you another method also for this. Please try to understand. Is it perfectly valid method? It is valid. But are we understanding it? Are we getting why we are doing that and we have help of this? Do we have advantage? It may not be the best method, but definitely one of the method where you don't even have to think many things. You just had to eliminate sine and cosine from here. Yeah, there is a question called elimination of parameter. Na? So it's based on that. Basically what you are doing from this and this equation, you are eliminating theta. See, in the equation theta did not come. So elimination of parameter question you can name it, which is important later. Here the name is not important. Did we all get it? Shall we do it with the different method? And I know if you have tried, you might be able to get it by different method by your own as well. So the other method which we can think is, so we have two equations, right? What I am doing, since we know that, I will do it little faster. Can we write it as x times sine theta times sine square theta plus y times cos cube theta? Will not disturb the other, which is sine theta into cos theta, right? And in place of x sine theta, guys, can we replace by y cos theta? So it is y cos theta times sine square theta plus y cos cube theta is equal to sine theta into cos theta. Does it make sense? कुछ कॉमन दिख रहा है क्या इसमें? It is right. Y cos theta is common और बचा क्या? Sin square theta plus cos square theta, which is sin theta into cos theta. This is simpler method though. So cos and cos we can cancel, and y times can we replace it by 1 because sin square plus cos square is 1. तो ये हो गया sin theta. So what did we get actually? Y is sin theta. And using the given information x sin theta is equal to y cos theta, can we change y by sin theta into cos theta? So this time we can cancel this sign. We got x is equal to cos theta, and hence you can say x square plus y square is sin square theta plus cos square theta. That is 1. Are you getting? Usually we solve it this way, right? This is definitely simpler than the first one, but I just told you in case. Yes, Raghav, that's right. Nah? It is easier. Right, guys? So I hope you have understood both the ways, but please do not get confused, okay? Sometimes learning more than one method is also important. What in case you forget the very important step in the question? So do we have plan B for solving that problem? Are you getting? And this is how we train our mind, ना कि new question को कैसे कैसे solve कर सकते हैं. Is it done, guys? चले आगे फिर. Did you all finish it? But I would advise learn both the ways, okay? This method if you have not used now, after the class try. Shall we move to the next question? Okay. If tan theta plus sin theta is m and tan theta minus sin theta n is then you prove it. I think sometimes they ask MCQ also based on that. I don't think that's a suitable question for MCQ, especially for board exams, but in case they ask, we should be prepared. And I think most of you might have done this question. right? So what you might do here, the best possible way to start might be try to simplify both left hand side and right hand side and see if they are equal ना. चलो for LHS ये आएगा आपका m square minus n square. You could also write it as m plus n into m minus n guys, जो भी आपको अच्छा लगे. That will be tan theta plus sin theta plus tan theta minus sin theta. You could have directly cancelled also, and then tan theta plus sec theta, this time minus tan theta and plus sin theta. So ये इस बार ये गया and this time tan got cancelled. और बचा क्या भाई, 2 tan theta from the first and into 2 it's sin 2 sin theta. That's 4 tan theta into sin theta. Yeah, further I don't think you can simplify it, so you can keep it as it is, though if you want you can write tan in terms of sin and cos, but I don't think that's very advantageous. Are you getting? So now let's simplify RHS guys. RHS है आपका क्या, 4 times root under mn, m into n, right? That means tan theta plus sin theta into tan theta minus sin theta. a plus b into a minus b इस बार यूज कर लेते हैं, राइट? ये आएगा 4 times tan square theta minus sin square theta. Is that all right? Now one might write tan as sin upon cos here, or if you want to understand, or if you know it actually pretty well, can I also do it like that? Let's divide by cos square theta here and multiply by cos square theta here. Why am I doing that? Please try to understand. If you don't understand, then the best choice might be convert everything in terms of sin and cos here as well as here. So if I do so, this becomes tan square theta now, and then tan square theta is common guys. That's my point here. So it's going to be 4 times root under, it's tan square theta minus tan square theta into cos square theta. There will not be much difference, even if you use everything in terms of sin and cos. तो यहाँ पे tan square theta common ले लेते हैं बच्चे, and then what's left, 1 minus cos square theta, and we have clear idea, root of it's tan square theta and 1 minus cos square theta actually is sin square theta. 4 times tan theta into sin theta, right? Clearly you can see they are same, right? So therefore LHS is equal to RHS. Did we understand? How many of you solved it by converting everything in terms of sin and cosine? But please understand this also. Does it make sense the way I did? यहाँ पे मैंने थोड़ा अलग तरीके यूज किया. Is that all right? सबको समझ में आ रहा है क्या? If you have doubt, please ask. I will be happy to answer the query. Yeah, we can do that. We can take even sin square theta common from here guys, na, by writing this tan square theta as sin square upon cos square. We can. If that is suitable for you and if you like that, it's fine guys, na. That's why it gave you all those liberty. Here you have all the possible options. And test all of these actually at home, na, when you're practicing the question. Try to have more and more weapons in your arsenal, na, so that in exam, if one does not work out, you have the other. Plan B, plan C, plan D. Okay, did we complete it? Mukund, did we finish it? And along with solving the question, also see the time, na? If one method takes lesser time, try to use that, because saving time also is important in the exam. Okay, then let's do the next problem. This is the last problem in this series of this chapter. Cosec theta plus cot theta is P, then you have to prove that cos theta is this. This is actually another generic problem, right? Sometimes they give you the value of sec theta plus tan theta and ask the value of sin theta. It's exactly same problem. Okay, same procedure we have to follow even if they ask that way. Clear hai? So try karo bachcho. Try to get it by your own. Right, so though there are multiple methods to do to solve this problem, one might convert everything in terms of sine and cos here and then do squaring somehow and then get the value of cosine. Other method is using the identity, na? Which identity? So cosec square minus cot square, na? So given cosec theta plus cot theta is equal to P. I am naming that as equation number 1. We know cosec square theta minus cot square theta is 1. Can we factorize it? So it's cosec theta plus cot theta, right? Into cosec theta minus cot theta is equal to 1. Can we replace that by P? So we are getting P times, since it's a 5-mark question, you can write all of these steps, guys. That's basically 1. Send P to the other side. So we have got cosec theta minus cot theta is equal to 1 upon P. That you can call equation number 2. Now by using equation number 1 and 2, can we find out one of the trigonometric ratio? And you know, guys, if we have one trigonometric ratio, we can find the other trigonometric ratios by using the triangle, right? So what can be the easiest way to find one of the trigonometric ratio from 1 and 2? I think it is to add, na? If we add equation number 1 and 2, we are getting cosec theta value, right? We'll get 2 cosec theta, and if we know cosec theta, that means we know even sin theta. So it's going to be P plus 1 by P. Does it make sense? Now send that to the other side. So we have got cosec theta, guys, which is P square plus 1 upon 2P. That means we have the sin theta. क्या है वो? 2P upon P square plus 1. Is that all right? We got sin theta, but what do we have to prove? Cosine theta. So this question can be a 3 marks if they had asked you to find only sin theta. But since they are asking you to find cos theta, they will give you 2 marks if you are calculating cos from here. So if you want, you can directly use triangle rule or you can use the identity, right? Both the things will go hand in hand. Whichever method is suitable, whichever looks easy for you, just use it. Chale? So since we know sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1, I am not using triangle, but yeah, you can use. We get cos square theta is equal to 1 minus sin square theta. राइट, एंड इट इज 1 माइनस साइन स्क्वायर थीटा का मतलब क्या हुआ भाई, 2p द होल स्क्वायर अपॉन p स्क्वायर प्लस 1 द होल स्क्वायर। सिंप्लीफाई कर लो बच्चों, तो ये हो गया p स्क्वायर प्लस 1 का पूरा स्क्वायर, और इधर जाएगा तो p रेज टू 4 प्लस 2p स्क्वायर प्लस 1 माइनस 4p स्क्वायर। ऐसा होगा क्या, तो सिंप्लीफाई करो न्यूमरेटर को एक बार, इसी दीज आर लाइक टर्म्स, तो हो गया ये p की पावर 4 माइनस 2p स्क्वायर प्लस 1 अपॉन p स्क्वायर प्लस 1 द होल स्क्वायर। Do you observe that the right hand side numerator part is actually a perfect square? It is p square minus 1 the whole square upon p square plus 1 the whole square. And from here I think we can directly tell what is the value of cosine theta. We don't need to take plus and minus, though mathematically that's true, but since they're asking you to prove that, you can take just positive root. So it's going to be p square minus 1 upon p square plus 1. बताओ क्या सबका आंसर आया, और या सबको समझ में आ गया क्या ये? The other variant of this problem is they may give you the sec theta minus tan theta value and ask cos theta, or even sec theta plus tan theta value they will give you and ask. So please remember to use the identity sec square minus tan square equal to 1 or cosec square minus cot square equal to 1 according to the question. There should be 100% accuracy in this kind of problem then, na? And this method is very important. Yes, bacha, we are discussing standard maths only, na? Which obviously has the basic maths. Have we all understood, guys? Completely all of these things? So these were all the questions we discussed in this chapter. Please send this video to your friends so that they can revise this trigonometry in very less time. We have taken all the standard questions, and in case you guys get some extra doubts, message me or even write in the comment, we'll try to answer that. So have you all understood? And in this series, in the evening, we will have today applications of trigonometry, guys. So there we'll discuss all the standard problems. So join at 6 p.m. IST. We'll discuss the problems of that. No? Okay then, that's all guys for today.